What's going on, guys? Dm9 here, and today we're going to take a little look at a overlay that PC players can have. Yes, another advantage for PC players, and it is called the Warzone Companion App. We're going to take a look at what kind of data it can give you in game as well as outside of the game, and let you know if Warzone Companion thinks there's a cheater in your lobby or not, and how I kind of look at that data when it gives it to me. There's also a kill tracker in the game, which I'll show you real briefly, and then kind of a summary stats for yourself in an in-game overlay. Definitely something to check out if you are a PC gamer. I wouldn't completely rely on the cheat suspects. Generally, it just kind of shows who the best players are in the lobby. There are games where it says that people aren't cheating as well. I've had a couple of those in solos. Pretty typically, if I'm in a duo or a trio, there's always at least one or two guys. I know for a fact I was in a game with one, and I'll talk about that in the video as we go along. But PC players, Warzone Companion App, highly recommend you check this out. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And let's take a look at this. Here we are. We got the companion open, and we're looking at the dashboard. And you can see your player skills on the top. For combat, it just explains how good you are fighting against other people. The most active players are focused mostly on killing players, but not on taking objectives and securing of the highest place. If you want to improve combat skill, you'll need to focus on killing more and killing faster with less deaths. So pretty much that just means, are you pushing for gunfights, or are you camping in a building, doing if you're doing recons, that kind of thing, that aren't necessarily kill focused, but they are still a part of the game. So that's what that combat thing, combat player skill means. Experience represents how much different situations you have faced in your matches. There are different factors of summary considered there, which can be described different types of players. Did you make a lot of kills in your matches, or are you playing safely to secure the best possible place? Or maybe you just had played hundreds of matches even without being an ultra killer. You will be increasing in that value. Good news that you cannot decrease in experience, so you can tell your friends you've raised at least this skill. So my interpretation of that is just it's just going to show you how much you've played the game in comparison to other people in Warzone, and how well you have placed in Warzone over your career in Warzone. Your impact is mostly worried about objectives and using every possibility to increase your success in Warzone. Every contract or purchase in kiosk will give you additional abilities. Also, any actions that are influent on score in game, which is almost everything, will increase your impact skill as well as chances of winning. So in my matches, I am top 35% for that category. Outlast skill is about being the best in the match. You might choose different ways and styles of playing, but there's always someone who wins the game. This skill might be the most revealing about being the best, not only in first-person shooter genre, but in Warzone, especially because this game, with its own rules and goal, win the match. And this is based off of your last, I think 20 games is what Warzone Companion tracks, is your last 20. So out of the last 20 games, I've not been doing very well in the Outlast category. I will say I had a very good game in the middle of my 20, and I'll go through those stats for myself, and I definitely got into some harder lobbies after that one. Now, shooting explains how good you are in first-person shooting games, and Warzone especially. This is one where most important skills by genre, which will allow you to skip different aspects of the game, which you can't or don't want to worry about, like thinking about tactics, possibility of gameplay, and farming of resources to take best equipment. So obviously in this category at shooting, uh, I my stats are pretty high on all of them. My damage taken, that's perfectly fine to be a little bit lower. That just means you're not getting shot as much. And damage done, just means you're just putting bullets in people. Um, and then lastly, on the dashboard, record skill explains how you were your best results in your matches. So just overall, kind of some highlights here in the game. My last 20 games, I was top 11 in score for the lobby, top 66, so bottom third in deaths, which is not a bad thing to be lower on deaths. It just means, uh, either you're dying your 2 times, so you get your freebie, you get your gulag, and if you lose both of those, obviously you'd be a little bit higher in solos because you're not able to get bought back. And so being on the lower side is obviously much better than being on the higher side. If you're on the higher side, that just generally means that you are playing duos, trios, or quads, and you're just getting bought back more than the rest of the people in your games. My KD ratio, typically I'm towards the top for my lobbies. Again, and this kind of goes hand in hand, KD ratio and your kills. Those kind of go hand in hand. Headshots in the lobbies I've been in, I top 27%. So again, top towards the top there, but not extremely high. My score per minute, my damage taken, and you guys can kind of see the rest of this. The companion app gives you a lot of data. That kind of gets a little difficult to dissect, but there is a lot of stuff in here. All right, let's look at this last session performance. So in the last session I played 4 games, and I'll go through them. They were very sweaty lobbies on the in the average KD percentages. They were all, I think they were 97 or higher percentages for kind of sweaty lobbies, if you get what I'm saying. And they were tough lobbies. And the Warzone Companion App, you'd pull it up before the game, and you could see that there are guys that are very good in this lobby. I think the worst lobby we got in was an average 2 KD for the last 20 games. And we made it out of there with a few kills, but when we got ran up on by a team, and they were very, very good at gun skill. So anyway, so this is just 4 matches. I played for an hour, kind of got tired of getting shreked on, and we switched games for the night. So in the last 4 games of my 4 games, I had a KD of 1.13. My average life was 15 minutes. I don't know if I believe that. I don't feel like I've lasted that long in those games, but we'll take it as it is. Obviously, with that, the kills a minute are down because I only was getting basically 2 kills a game. I can guarantee you I was in the gulag every time. So if I was surviving for 15 minutes, that just correlates with why my KD is much lower. My kills a minute, that is, and then score a minute is also lower because I wasn't getting those kills. And really we spent a lot of time dead. My gulag win rate in those 4 games, I won 1 out of 4. My average placement was 27. I did not get a win, and I got 2 top 25s in that 4 games. So let's look at my last match. So my last duos match, I had a KD of 1.5, so my average is here. That's well below my average for that game. I had 3 kills, again, below this average that Warzone Companion is telling me. I had 2 deaths. My kill a minute was 0.2, basically. I only did 2,450 damage. I took 334, so I was getting shot more. Going back to that, I was getting shot more than what is normal for me. That's a 40% increase. And my damage ratio obviously went down
My damage done went down, so my damage taken went up. So my damage ratio got thrown off. I must not have won my gulag in this game. Yep, I got gulag death. Yeah, you can see your headshots. I got 1 in that game. My headshot percentage was a little bit higher than my other games. We survived for 15 minutes in this game. We placed 14th, so that's higher than what my average is. So yeah, again, the Warzone Companion App, again, PC only, does give you a lot of data from your games. Now, the one thing this is really helpful for is giving you a little bit of a warning if you have a cheater in your lobby. And the nice thing about the companion app, and I'll show you when I load into a game, we can look through a live tracker in a game. On the far right side of your screen, there is a kill count tracker for the lobby. So in this particular game with this Kill Juice 69, just in the pregame lobby, he had 8 kills in the matter of 30 seconds. I ended up backing out of that game because it was pretty apparent that he was a cheater, in my opinion. I mean, he averages 28 kills. He's got a 28 KD ratio. His headshot percentage is 68%, and then obviously his damage rate is much higher. So the likelihood of this person being a cheater was very high. I just decided when I saw his kill bar going up that I just, in the pregame lobby, I just said, all right, we're just going to back out of this one. It's just going to be better in the long run. And then the last final thing that I find very helpful just in the companion app itself, not in the in-game tracker, is your friends. So you can make various friends. So you can have various friends in the game that you either play with consistently or just even random people. Like I can go make this guy a friend. I don't even know when I played with him last. I played 1 game with him. Probably was a random duo. I was doing that one night. I could add him as a friend in the companion app. So this kind of just lets you see where your that friends list ranks. So like Milky, for instance, the companion app has him at a 1.7 KD. He averages 14 minutes of lifetime in a game. He's played 2,640 games of Warzone. He's got 70 wins. His win percentage is 2.65, and we've played 11 games together, which that seems about accurate. This one is not. We've played more than 34 games together, me and Pindar, that is. And you can compare yourself. So I'm on the left, Milky is on the right, and so when we play together, I mean, our KDs go up. Mine goes up by 0.6. His goes up by a 1.1. So we, in general, get more kills when we play together. My deaths go up. His deaths go up. Mine can go up a little bit more. I know when I play with Milky, we are pushing more gunfights and trying to get more kills. I'm not saying when I play with other people that I don't push for kills. It is more of a emphasis when I play with Milky. But you can compare yourself to your friends, see if you're doing better in a certain case, if you're doing worse in a certain case, and gives you some things to work on. So obviously my gulag deaths, I need to be better at the gulag because I died 100% more than I usually would when I play with Milky. And then you can look at your duration, you can look at your score and earnings, objectives, and then opponents down with the various circles in the game. So a lot of information. You can kind of compare yourself to your friends, see how you stack up, see who who is necessarily carrying who. And obviously, when I play with Milky, I kind of get carried a little bit. Milky is very good at Warzone himself. Go check him out. I'll leave his link to his Twitch where he streams live on in the description of the video. All right, so I've loaded in a filled duos game, and as you just saw, the Warzone Companion App just switched, and so as you can see, it suspects one cheater in this lobby. He said 10% of his suspicious matches, that is. He's got a 4.8 KD. He's got the best damage ratio in the lobby, and he hits the most amount, or top 4 for headshots. So he is going to be a very good player in this lobby. I would not specifically say personally that he is a cheater. But as you can see that him and his teammate, they've got the best KD in the lobby combined. Then you've got NoobTube TV and Arab. They're also top 2 and so on and so forth. So you can see where you will stack up with people in the lobby itself. And then the average player KD for this game is a 1.32. So lobby skill by KD, that is a 93 out of 100 for the worst lobby potential. So right now, my KD is at a 1 per the Warzone Companion tracker. So that's what that's basing it off of. So I actually currently would bring the lobby's KD down in this case. But as you can see, you can scroll through. So I'm the best team. I am 46th. What would be out of 77 for team kill KD. So now as you can see on the far right side, this guy named Immortal, he has 5 kills, Z-Lag 5, Royal Ghost has 4, so on and so forth. So right now in the lobby, I have 2 kills, so I am the 18th. I'm basically tied for probably 18th for most kills. It does sort it based on your total damage you've done in game, so that's why it's not just tied for 15th or 16th or whatever. If you have more damage for your 2 kills, they'll put you up in the placement higher than anybody else. So we went over that. So now, the only other thing to mention with Warzone Companion in their in-game overlay is down on the bottom here, which is over there. It just tells you your current KD value that Warzone tracker is giving you, what your average life is. 911 minutes. Excuse me? Anyway, so my kills a minute is 0.16. My score a minute is 219. My total matches is 1,277. So I've played a total of 323 hours of Warzone in those matches. My Gulag win rate is a 72. Definitely doesn't seem that high. I don't have any numbers to disagree or agree with that, so I'm just going to go with it. It says my Gulag win rate's 72. My average placement's 34. And then so the last thing that the Warzone Companion overlay gives you for PC players is on the bottom here, which is over there, and gives you what your KD is. So right now it's saying mine's a 1.11. My average life is 911 minutes. What? Anyway, and then it gives you your KD or kills a minute, your score a minute, how many total matches you've played, how many hours you've played Warzone, and then your Gulag win rate, your average placement, your wins, and your top 25s for that session. All right, guys, there's a kind of quick overview of the Warzone Companion app. Again, this is PC only. I do not think you can link your Activision account to it outside of using a PC. There may be a way. I'll try to experiment with that, and if there's an update to that, I will let you guys know. If you liked what you saw here, it'd be super awesome if you could hit the like button. I am trying to get to 25 subscribers. It'd be really helpful if you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell notification. For notifications when I post new videos. I will be posting a new video every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And I do stream live over on Twitch. Current schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting at 7:30 Central Time. Come hang out with me and let me know you're coming from my Warzone Companion App video. And without further ado, I hope you guys have a fantastic morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever it is you guys are at. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.